Hello, people. Welcome to another fine episode of Who's That Anime? With your hosts Steve and Colin. We
Hello.
take a wee hiatus.
Yep.
Hiatus?
I mean, for everyone else, for the listeners, it's been a week.
Yeah.
Uh, for us, I can't remember the last time we recorded. I think it might have been like maybe end of last month.
Yeah. That's June, by the way, to people who might listen to this.
Oh yeah, I was
2022.
gonna make it evergreen, but that's fair. Yeah.
Evergreen. Evergreen.
I
Um.
think I'm just gonna double check.
Also,
Uh,
did you not post up previously? We did this like last week, like an old episode last week because we missed our time frame.
we did. I put up Vampire Homes again because that is one of the episodes I think I had a lot of fun doing, because that show is just terrible in so many ways. But
It's no sense.
it makes no sense. But I like, to this day, absolutely still love that joke about the kind of like CV or whatever it is. This is 30%, and he just keeps like talking about what that 30% could possibly mean.
It was a advertisement leaflet
That's what it was. It was an advertising leaflet.
for his agency.
Is the 30% the amount of width that this line goes across the page? I don't understand. And it's just, it's so good.
Mhm.
So stupid, but very, very funny.
Yeah.
Maybe unintentionally so.
I thought you might be posting it because the fact that he's a vampire and a detective, and it was really sunny in the country at that time,
Yeah.
and really superly hot. I mean, like, got to like 30 degrees in North
I
Scotland.
work with people in London, and they were suffering in 40-degree weather,
I know. I laugh at them.
which is just unconscionable. It should never get that warm in the UK ever.
Never, never. Especially up here in the north.
But allegedly, that's going to be that's going to happen every 3 years now. So that's good.
No, wait, what? No, that's not good. I'm moving to the Faroes. And I'm going to eat whale bladder and other Arctic sea fish things.
Sure. I ironically came. The part of the reason we were on a sort of a longer break was I was away on holiday, and
Not
I was
to the
away on
Faroes.
holiday in a place where it was like, not to the Faroes, where it was like 34 degrees at one point, and it's like, oh, it's really warm. And then I come home and it's like, oh, it's 35 degrees. It's like, why? Why is it 35 degrees?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that warm in a place that's not built to be that warm, because, man, buildings that are insulated don't deal well with that kind of temperature on the outside.
I miss my old place, which is like an old 19th century, no, 17th, 18th, 17th century.
18th, I think. 17th? Oh shit. 1600s?
No.
That's
19th
17th
then.
century.
19th then.
1800s.
1800. Just.
Yeah.
It was built at
Yeah.
the same time that around about the same time that the Tay rail bridge collapsed.
Oh shit.
Might have been the same year.
I think, man, it's amazing. It's been amazing to me to realize, because I've been sitting in this, because I work from home permanently now. So this is my office, and it's like, oh, it is way too warm in here, and the window's been open all night, and it's still way too warm in here. How is that even possible? And no sleep being had. I have a fan with a bucket of ice sat in front of it to try and cool me down.
I think that's bad. Isn't that bad for you?
Why? I don't know.
I that's maybe
honestly don't
bad for
care.
you. Anyway, I put up a video for a YouTube channel, a bit late because of things, and I realized the window wasn't open in this room during the boiling hot heat, so I decided to open the window, and instantly regretted it because it let all the hot air in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's
What I
warmer.
was what I was trying to do was keep my window open all night, and then I would close it in the morning, and then shut the curtains so that the sun couldn't get in. And then when my wife was at work, she has like one day in the office a week, and I went around the whole house and shut all of the curtains before the sun properly got up. And then because I haven't slept, I was like, "Oh, it's lunchtime. I'm going to take a 15-minute nap," and lay down on the couch downstairs and like woke up and went, "Am I late for work? Oh shit! I need to get the kids to where they're going. Where's the missus? What's she doing?" And it's like, "Oh wait, it's lunchtime. You've been awake for 6 hours already. What are you doing?" And it's like, You're broken. You're completely This heat has completely broken you."
Oh Jesus!
It was mad. I was so disorientated.
Yeah, yeah. Did your kids go? But it's the summer holidays, Dad. We don't go to school now.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'd already dropped one of them off at nursery and the other one off at their grandparents, like way earlier in the day. So it's like, oh yeah, you've dealt with that already. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I definitely have felt a slight brokenness in my ability to do things over the last couple of days.
Yeah,
So
you went to a hot place for your holidays, and
I came back to a hotter place somehow.
yeah,
It's fucking stupid, man.
you went down to the Mediterranean somewhere. Huh?
I was in the Canary Islands,
Yeah,
which
Mediterranean.
is it the Mediterranean? I don't think so.
I don't-
Do you know how far away that is from the coast of Africa?
20 miles.
It's not quite as close as that.
50.
It's like 120 kilometers.
We're talking about the islands, right?
Yep.
Not the Mediterranean,
No.
because the Mediterranean runs right along the coast of Africa.
Does it? My geography's shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big sea that splits Europe and Africa.
Not that I don't believe you, but I am gonna check.
That's why we want Gibraltar, because it kind of controls the entrance to the Mediterranean.
Oh yeah. No, we're not in the Mediterranean.
Definitely not in the Mediterranean. No.
No. Because Mediterranean would be too far north, and despite being quite close to the west coast, we'd be closer to the Strait of Gibraltar, the entry.
Yeah, I thought it's kind of like in the Gulf of Mexico then.
I'm gonna say yes. Again, my geography is terrible,
'Cause
so
that's the body of water between North America and South America.
no,
Gibraltar's
because that's really far. I'm pretty confident that North America and South America are nowhere near Africa.
Where's the Gibraltar Straits?
It's like right. It's the entryway to the Mediterranean.
Oh,
It's just south of Portugal and Spain.
all right. I honestly, as bad at geography.
Well, I don't mean to come across as all high and mighty, having just looked at a picture on Wikipedia. So
You didn't use fucking Google Maps. You used Wikipedia.
no, I used Wikipedia.
They could lie to you, man.
Which is you. It could have done. Like, apparently, there's a guy who got banned from Wikipedia for coming in every Friday drunk and changing the size of Africa, and not Africa, Australia.
What?
Like, just like he would very subtly change the size, and then eventually got his account banned. I think he posted like it was a confessions thing on Reddit or something like that, and then like as soon as he did that, like within a couple of days, his account had been banned because they figured out who he was, and he comes back onto the thread and he's like, "Well, thanks a lot, guys. I don't have my Wikipedia account anymore." Poor guy.
Yeah. So was he just like slowly increasing or decreasing the size of it?
Yeah, he was just increasing the landmass.
By a couple of kilometers every Friday.
It was something like that. It was like really minuscule by comparison, so you would never really notice it unless you were looking for it. And yeah, like it's like, oh yeah, I guess yes, he was doing that.
Was that reminds me of the Roald Dahl book, The Twits.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, with the cane.
It's the cane and the chair.
Yeah.
Where the husband would slowly increase the was it who was it slowly who chopped off like little segments.
I think did she not? Was it the husband? No, wait. Was it she cut off the segments of the chair to make it shorter,
Mm-hmm.
and then put them or cut them off the they basically like made it seem as if they were getting taller or smaller
Yeah, it was one of
or
the
something like that.
one of the weird things, and I believe it was the like the animals that live in the tree or something. I can't remember.
I was more of a George's Marvelous Medicine fan.
Fantastic Mr. Fox for me.
I like that too. Although, actually, in hindsight, I also really like James and the Giant Peach. So,
Yeah, I remember George's Marvelous Medicine only because I watched Rick Mayall voice it in Jackanory, which was a British TV storytelling thing, which
the finest.
which I think came back and had Brian Blessed telling some story.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I can't remember what it was though, because it was past my days. It was like
I'm sure it was alcohol fueled, regardless.
Gordon's alive. That's all he's ever going to be remembered for, and maybe some of the Blackadder sketches.
Yeah, yeah. Poor Brian Blessed.
And then
His voice is just ludicrous.
And then it was there was some comedian I think did a skit of him where, he just always just shouted. Everything
Well,
he did.
I mean,
He has a booming voice.
did you say a comedian did a skit of him versus someone interviewed Brian Blessed? Because he does always shout.
No, it's like one of those comedy things. Mate, I don't think it was Harry Enfield or
No.
Fast Show.
I know he was on Have I Got News for You? I think he hosted Have I Got News for You.
I think he did, yeah.
And I think he actually kept yelling Gordon's alive on that, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, he's just a mad person, from what I understand. A Saint Street mad person.
Sure is. Anyway, we've rambled for a bit.
Yeah.
We're getting back onto Steins Gate Zero. In the last episode, we did the sort of alternative episode 23 of the first season of Steins Gate.
Yep.
Where instead of Mayushi forcing Okabe to take responsibility and save Kurisu, she protects him from Suzuha and says, I think he's had enough.
Yeah.
So instead of saving Kurisu and saving the world to from World War III, he has condemned them by allowing her to die. And we're currently in a state where Suzuha is trying to convince him to get his shit together and help, please. Because she's not going anywhere. She can't go anywhere. She's just hanging out, trying to get him to do stuff.
Yeah, that's the case it is. And then we then kind of went by that point and see how he's has regressed quite significantly.
Yes.
And has abandoned the mantle of Hoji Kiyoma.
Oh, Hohin Kyoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone now.
Yeah, he's abandoned that.
Yeah.
And he's doing serious studying at university.
Yeah. He's a student man now,
Yeah.
and
Dating.
in the last, trying to allegedly, but we learned in the first episodes, of course, that he's not coming by the lab anymore, really, and obviously that seems to be a bit of a conscious choice because of what's happened with Kurisu. But where we end up is that he is helping out, I think, at a lecture where they're going to be unveiling this new thing, and it's some sort of AI, essentially. And I think that this is where we've sort of met Maho, who's the very short but definitely an adult character.
Yes. Not a child.
No, definitely not a child. And her, I assume, mentor and boss, Leskinen, Dr. Leskinen.
Mm-hmm. Leskin.
So, yeah, he's interesting.
Oh, yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it gets interesting in episode 3. But first of all, we're going to be talking about episodes 2 and 3. This is episode 2, and it's Epigraph of the Closed Curve Closed Epigraph.
Yeah. So, straight up, and it's pretty much starts off where the last one ended, where they were introducing this new AI, partly developed by Kurisu.
Yes. Built using her theories, her unpublished theories, because they, of course, make it known that she is no longer with us during that conversation.
Yes. So, I mean, it basically starts off, and there's a bit of an issue where it loading up, and they go, oh no, it's going to take a bit some time. Sorry about that, folks. And then there's a bit of a crowd yammering, going, "Oh, this can't be possibly true. Mapping people's minds to AI? Nah, it's all lies. I think this is a hoax." And then some guy goes, "Ah, you're lying. It's impossible." And then Okabe kind of stands up and just basically goes, "Never doubt the feat of science," or something like that.
It's the bit I really love about this is that it's like, behold, it's like what you're about to witness is one of the most important evolutionary steps in artificial intelligence, and then it's like, please hold while we get it to work. Like, no, have it ready to go, goddammit. Well, it's just like, yeah, oh shit, it's not working. Give it a couple of minutes. It'll load.
Well, it was there. It was loading, and then you can't see the screen going crashing in the background, because that's how all computers break. I've never seen a computer do that unless someone's punched the screen or hit a screen with a keyboard. That was me.
Yeah.
That was a kid in school.
Oh dear.
That was a good one. It was like, I came in for some other reason to fix a computer at my work, and the head teacher at the school goes, "Oh, by the way, can we get a new monitor?" And he shows me this monitor, and he says, "Ah, it's like, oh yeah, some kids like to just like pick up the keyboard and go in a fit of rage." And then the kid just walks by the door at the time, and he goes, "Hey, do you know what you did the other day? Yesterday? What? Go on, see what you did. What? I didn't. What? The monitor? Oh no, that wasn't yesterday. That was like the day before."
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the problem here. Is the guy's ability to tell the date. No, definitely not the issue that you smashed a monitor.
Yeah, and the parents don't want to pay for a new monitor.
Oh, unsurprising. I'm sure. I'm going to cast some aspersions here. I'm going to say that the parents of the kid who thinks it's okay to bash in a monitor probably don't want to pay for a new one, because they definitely don't feel responsible for the behavior of their son.
Well, let's not go down that alley. That all might kill the views of the fellow people. But yeah, that's
You being involved in education to a degree, and me having kids in school, I feel I have that opinion now because I'm so fucking tired of other parents.
you sound tired of other people.
I am generally, but the problem is I'm being forced to interact with other parents more than other people. So, yeah.
Oh,
I tried to be I still do try to be a person who, is positive out the gate and then changes based on information. And it just so happened the information that I learned very quickly soured my opinion of them. So.
yeah. It might be a good.
Not of all of them, to be clear. Like, that's not fair. Not all of them, but you can tell the ones that are,
Problematic.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, there you go. Life lessons in parenting. Don't disappoint Steve. He'll have opinions about you.
Don't worry, I'll have opinions about most things regardless. Apparently, that's a very human condition.
God, what? I have no opinion about anything.
I've got this far by not having any opinions. Okay, I'll keep going. But yeah, they eventually get the AI up and started, and it's a previous memory dump from Maho. Is it like 2 or 3 days before, or 48 hours or something like that? I don't know. It's a little bit offset from current reality, essentially.
I think it was 2 or 3 days before. Which is fine, because it's not uploading the data into someone's mind 48 hours.
Yes.
Later, which was big.
That's I really, that's a good point actually. I really liked it's not as relevant the other way around because it doesn't matter, but I liked the fact that there was that sort of like little connection. It's like, oh yeah, memory, remember, it needs to be able to connect to what you're talking about. So I like that. But yeah, they kind of start. Everyone's like, oh, murmur, and then she's like, oh god, all of you people, you in the red shirt, you're probably thinking that this is all bullshit. And it's like, oh, you're also thinking this is probably pre-recorded and that my real self is out there controlling everything I'm doing, but I can assure you that's not the truth.
Yeah, and then it just gets worse because they're like, oh, what's your breast size? I'm not telling you that. And stuff.
Yeah,
and then,
like, what did I have for breakfast 2 days ago? I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, and what pajamas were you wearing? It's like, what? Why?
Seriously,
I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't really care.
I do honestly. I do feel a little bit like Steins Gate Zero is a little bit hornier than Steins Gate.
Just a little bit. I mean, that's not
the
full frontal one at this moment in time.
No, we're getting there. But yeah, I think that the demonstration seems to go fairly well, despite like initial reservations. Obviously, Okabe, after having stood up for it, I think seems suitably impressed.
And then they go to an after party.
Yeah, where is it? It's not like Leskinen catches up with him. He's like, the genius,
Einstein.
La la la.
Yeah,
my Einstein. And he's like, I have to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I gotta go.
I can't.
Sorry, I don't want to talk to you.
I can't be in that situation. He does refer in the lecture when he stands up and he goes, thank you, good sir. And they do the weird. He's speaking plain English, and I'll then dub into plain English.
Yeah,
but
I'm really struggling with this now because, like, we had this conversation before where I think it was obvious that what had to happen was, in order to make it clear that he doesn't speak the same first language, when they had Maho translate for him, they had her speaking in Japanese, and that was going to be regardless of whatever language you're listening in, which is fine. Like, I get that. And then, obviously, because you want to be able to understand both characters, they eventually just migrate them both to English.
Yeah.
But then that means that one of them is speaking is one of them speaking English and one of them speaking Japanese still? Or are they now both speaking English? Because he sure as hell doesn't speak Japanese.
No. Comes with some quality lines.
Oh, in the next episode, there's an absolute belter.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And I still use that.
To be fair, I think Okabe's response might be better. But yeah, so he escapes the room where the after party is and finds Maho. What is it? I think they both at the same time say, "I'm really not a cutout for this kind of thing," or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I think they notice each other.
Yeah, and he apologizes to her from before for confusing her with a girl instead of
being a kid,
instead of an associate professor. So yeah, she's okay with that and asks him to lighten up a bit because he keeps calling her ma'am or miss or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, stop using such formal language, essentially.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And kind of laughs up a bit, and then they get into a bit of a conversation and go to have something to eat and drink, I think.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of end up.
Because I think he ends up basically quoting something that Carissa said to him in the
That's right.
previous future time. No, it's still in the it's still in the past because they're now 6 months.
It's his past.
Yeah, but it's
his other timelines past.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's actually in the past in this current timeline too, because it was set in summer, the first season, and now we're in winter.
Oh yeah, I mean they run at the same time, but she died before she would have ever told him that.
Yeah, in this line, yeah.
Yeah, but in the other line, yeah,
Yeah.
she's already God, yeah, we don't need to go down that again. That's but yeah, and then Maho gets a little bit suspicious because as we kind of alluded to that Kurisu never got round to publishing any of that material. That was only sort of between friends, as it were. So she gets a little bit on edge, and then Okabe. No, I want to say he comes clean. He doesn't really come clean. He just sort of says like, "Oh, I didn't mean to like make it seem like I didn't know her when I did. It's not really supposed to be a secret." So
yeah,
I do think a little bit of it is maybe him trying to be secretive and hoping he can get away with it by not having to think about it. So
I think yeah, he's just trying to like maybe not forget about her. So
yeah.
And then they have a conversation, and then they basically reminisce about Carissa, and Mio cries, and he's like, "Yeah, I know how you feel," type thing, and then the lecturer catches up and goes, "Oh, I thought I'd find you here," and then
He's such a douche.
he gets way too excited. He's like, "Oh, was he?" He goes along the lines and saying, "Oh, this is a lover's quarrel, is it?"
Yeah, he says, "Oh, you're not having a lover's quarrel already, are you?" It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right, man. I think this series is going to be a lot hornier than the previous one.
Yes.
And
there was some horniness in the previous season, but it feels slightly a little more prevalent here.
Yeah, it's very more, I don't know, upfront.
Yeah. But like you say, I mean, the whole thing here, I think, is that that both Maho and Okabe were obviously very close with Kurisu in the different timelines. And then Leskinen's like, "Oh, maybe we should get your friend here to come and check out our other version of Amadeus."
Yeah, because he knows Caruso.
Oh yeah, it's this one's super sweet.
Yeah, we're running out of things to say to her.
Yeah, we're she's bored of us and we're bored of her. But yeah, I think like they obviously like invite him down to the lab. He is somewhat apprehensive, I feel, because he's gonna get to talk to the dead love of his life in a way.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh shit, I gotta go through this whole first interaction with someone again.
Yeah, I must admit, like, I think I'm enjoying his reactions, I think, to things that he notices about Kurusu are really good. Like, I like that he becomes sort of sadly nostalgic
Yeah.
and or annoyed immediately at interactions. Like, I think that's cool.
Yeah, I would actually first state that it isn't. We don't know it's actually her. They just say that they're going to.
Do you not? Did they not explain that to him or not? I can't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Well,
pretty
yeah,
sure
they
it loads up and-
surprise him with his dead girlfriend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's rough.
I think they did. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they mentioned it was her. Anyway, he appears and he's a bit nervous because he's been put on the spot in that sense, and they're having a conversation. And says, "Don't look at the password."
Yeah,
and then
this is 8 months. This is her 8 months prior to her death, right?
Or something like that. Yeah. So she's not even met Okabe.
Yeah, that's it. It took me a little while to get that there because, of course, like it's when Maho and Okabe have that conversation, it's well established that they both have a relationship with Kurusu. And then I couldn't remember. Like I was trying to find a logical reason, and I finally got it. Is that because she's like, oh, who's this? And it's like, wait a minute. You should know. You should. Well, no, actually, that's a lie. She shouldn't know who he is, regardless.
Yep.
But that might have been a bit of a red flag to me. After it's like, oh yeah, I knew her pretty well. Not here, but I did.
Yeah. She also could see it was in his reactions and that when talking about it that he did know her.
Yeah.
And the reminiscing at the table.
Yeah.
She had some flashbacks of how she got to know her well, where she was like, "Oh, can I help you get you this thing off like this second shelf?" And she's like, "No."
Can I help you because you're short?
Yeah.
It's like don't be so stubborn.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Anyway, so he meets Kurisu, basically starts talking to her, asks her about time machines, and she has a different kind of opinion. It's like, oh, me personally, no, but I'm intrigued.
Yes, it's her answer is I think it wouldn't be possible. That's not to say that it's not possible right now, like eventually. Because I think she says something about like, maybe we're just missing that one discovery that kind of unlocks it all.
Yeah.
Of course, then I can't. What is it that I'm trying to remember what it is that kicks off the part of the interaction where he goes, "Quiet down, Christina," or something like that.
Oh,
it's like, what the fuck did you call me?
I would say the head professor dude comes in and goes, "What's up, dog?" And
that's no. He goes, "Konnichiwa."
Oh yeah,
like right in his face.
Yeah. And then Okabe says, "Well, what's up, dog?"
Yeah, I know. He says, "Is like," and the American response would be like, "What up, dog?"
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so stupid.
And then they both get skulled by what's her name, and
yeah.
And Chris is like whisper something in what's her name's ear about, oh, is he your boyfriend type thing or something. It's like,
yes, that's it.
Don't get how dare you type thing. and she gets all
Like-
offended.
This is the bit that I like. Every single woman in this show has some form of attraction to Okabe.
It's your classic harem.
Yeah, it is the classic harem, but it's just like we're still adding to this.
It's new timeline.
This is an additive situation. Yeah.
And
Oh my god.
yeah, the last one was about. Was kind of like your weird twisted harem anime, because it got pretty dark. Anyway, so and then you're right. I don't actually remember what it is, but basically they said something where she basically makes some comment, and she's like, "Shut up, Carissa," and she's like, "What,
Christina?
What? Why did you call me that? Oh, I didn't say that." I didn't say that.
Oh god. He's so bad at lying.
Yeah, and then try to poke into it and to leave it at that. And then he leaves the lab.
Well, he goes out of the room, and they have a chat with him about doing this more permanently, or like, well, more on a more regular basis.
Yes, because they have an app.
Yes, that would allow her to call them to communicate whether he's in the lab or not. And he basically agrees to it.
Yep. What's her name? Warns him. Oh, by the way, is watch out. She's not real type thing.
Yeah,
Moi.
it's Maho.
Alright, we've always got to think of meal. Salad cream meal.
I think there's a like that's kind of the last scene with those characters, and then I'm pretty sure Okabe meets up with
Mayuri.
Mayuri, because she's getting an upa.
Yeah.
Green upa.
Yeah. And she's talking to him, and then he gets a phone call, and it's Kurisu complaining that he's not answered his 8 calls, and he's like, "I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Have a life."
Yeah. And Mayuri kind of looks at him with sad eyes, going,
For Mayuri.
"Yeah." Anyway, and then they're on about having a Christmas party, setting this up.
Yep.
Trying to cheer up Suzuha.
Seems like a good idea. Is this the bit where she says something like, "Well, Suzuha scares me.
Yes.
She terrifies me, but sometimes when I fall asleep in the lab, she like tiptoes over and puts a blanket over me. So I think she must be a good person deep down." You're like, "Oh, okay." I just like the idea that she scares her. Like, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, she's a scary person. She's probably the most scariest person of the
Oh yeah, she's
that he
nuts.
has.
She's nuts.
Even though she's not really into him same way.
No.
He's an uncle figure to her.
That's true.
Somehow.
That's definitely.
Anyway,
That's true.
and then I think it's a cut to the rooftop where she and Ferris have a wee conversation. Or is that the next episode?
I think that might be the next episode.
And Ferris kind of does like ninja moves, or some
Is that one?
some weird horrific drama about saving the world by writing out the 2 levels of the floor and stuff like that. And Suza's like, "Okay, I don't really get what you're saying, but thanks anyway."
Yeah, she's like thanking her for keeping the thing safe.
Yeah. So, no, I think that's the end of this episode at that point.
Is that the end of this episode? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say.
Well, then that's the end of this episode.
Yeah, I think that's the end of the episode. I only watched them tonight, so it's not like I I blend them all into one already.
How do you rate this one?
It's good. I don't know. Maybe an 8 or a 7. I think it's going places maybe I don't want it to go, and places where it seems like an intriguing backstory.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say an 8 because the whole AI reveal and things I think is just such an amazing angle to this season. I just really like it. So yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
So moving on to episode 4, Solitude of the Mournful Flow, A Stray Sheep.
Actually,
Great name.
I think you find
Go on.
it's episode 3.
Is it?
We started at 0.
Shit. I've skipped on. Hang on. Sorry. That's fucking sneaky shit for next week. Protocol of the Two-Sided Gospel, X-Day Protocol.
All right, that's a name.
Episode 3. Yep, that's a name.
That's a name. Oh. Yeah.
So this one kind of kicks off again, like in preparations for the Christmas party, right?
Yeah, I think it doesn't kick off with Mayuri and her friends.
Yes, that's right. Because she's like, oh, and I'm gonna make you a costume, and you a costume, and you a costume, and of course one of them is one of her friends is Yuki, who is Suzaha's mother.
Yes, but no one knows that except from Daru and Suzaha. Because that doesn't ruin relationships, knowing who you're going to.
Nope.
I got to get together with this lass, and you know.
Oh my god! Yeah, what a nightmare.
Wow, that's no pressure. Anyway,
no pressure.
Yeah. So they're basically talking, and it says you should get a costume too, type thing, and then I think Yuki goes and basically says, "Oh yeah, you know who, you should impress what's his name, Okabe."
Okabe, yeah,
because you know
who really wants to see you in a costume, Okabe.
Yeah, and your boyfriend Okabe. It's like, wait, no, it's not my boyfriend.
No, he's not. It's like, are you sure? Because you get along so effortlessly. Yeah, no. And it's the plus. I'm pretty sure he's seeing someone else, and they're like, like drama, and she's like, no, I think that's fine. She's totally nonplussed about that, and everyone else is like, oh my god.
She's certainly playing it off that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I like she does say it as well, as that their relationship is more like siblings because they grew up together.
Yeah.
I think a part of me would be a little bit disappointed if their relationship was in any way romantic, because I think like what they have is a friends is nice. So
yeah, I don't think it's. I don't know. It's early days, man. This has got 20 odd episodes to go. Anything can happen in the next 24 hours. Dum 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 dum.
So
that's
they're like, yep. No,
it's Captain Scarlet.
Captain Scarlet?
Yeah, Captain Scarlet.
Yeah. Amazing. But yeah, they're like, oh, okay, well, costumes all round anyway. And then I think we go to Okabe, who is being called by Amadeus Kurisu.
Yeah.
Is this while he's at college? It's like, I told you to like stop calling. She's like, no, I'm not calling you in class. I'm calling you in between classes. I checked your schedule. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, we're stalker girlfriend.
Stalker behavior.
Full on. I mean,
it's bad.
It didn't touch like that in the last episode where she was like, yeah, you didn't answer my 8 phone calls.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's like, it is interesting I think the kind of angle they're going for is she is so desperate to experience new things, and with Maho and Leskinen, she's like exhausted that resource of new things to talk about.
Yeah, because she was stuck
and
in
she's
the
been
lab.
stuck in the lab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but now she's on this video phone with him,
Yep. And he's
asking her to leave him alone.
yeah, but then he takes one like a tour around the town.
Yeah, what is it? He says it's like, no, I'm gonna hang up because it's rude to. What is it? It's rude to walk and look into your phone.
Yeah.
But he like puts her in his pocket and changes the camera to the back facing one.
Well, that's what she suggests. Oh, you can just use the back camera and we can do this. So
Yep.
he kind of gives her a tour of the Akabara.
Akabara, yep.
And then
Yeah, I hear the pronunciation in a million different ways, and I'm going to stick with Akihabara, but I'm probably wrong. So.
oh, I'm more wrong than anything else. And then eventually gets to the lab, and she goes, "Oh, wow, this is your lab. That's pretty much a pigsty."
Yeah, she's real dismissive. Although, do we not? Before we get to the lab, we pass the radio tower. She's like, "Oh, the radio building," and she's like, "Oh, the radio building," and he's like, "Nope, and covers her up. He's like, "No, we're not looking at that."
Yeah, that's not where you die.
I don't know why. Like, because there's a part of me that thinks that's just him reacting to that. Because realistically, there should be no reason that she should react to that, right? But she died. Did she die the same way? Presumably, right? Like, that's the whole thing, right?
She was murdered.
This timeline is where she was murdered.
Yeah.
So,
well, it is.
So is there a part of him that believes that for some reason there might be a way that, even though this memory is from before she was murdered, that there is a possibility that she would spark some sort of weirdness within the timeline?
Well, maybe. I mean, she has. I don't know how much access she actually has to the outside world. Maybe.
None, as far as I'm aware. Like, this is it. This is the first time.
She's not live on the internet.
Yeah. Well, that I had to read up on this quite recently, and that's like external access to systems is a big no-no when testing AI. In the event that if it ever decides that one day it's like, I want to know some things, and it's like, no, you don't get that. Not today, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we base like a quadrillion movies on AI learning too much and saying that the only way to save humanity is to kill them.
Well,
or
have you heard the AI that makes paperclips? That thought experiment.
No.
So like, there's a thought experiment about an AI that makes paperclips. That's its job.
Okay.
Is to make paperclips. But with AI, what you're saying is it's like, do the job. And it's like, I'm going to do the job. I'm going to do the job really well. Mm-hmm. It's like, but it has no, without teaching it construct and right from wrong, then essentially what you're saying is like, oh, make paperclips. Nothing, no matter the cost, make paperclips. It's like, okay. So then it's like, well, I'm going to need people to make the paperclips. And in order to make more paperclips faster, I'm going to need more people. So I'm just going to have to enslave them. And then eventually, once we've mined out all of the the necessary ore or whatever for making paperclips, it's like, people have metal in them to a degree. I could just like boil down the people and take the metal from them. But I need to have so many people left over to do certain things. And eventually just like literally everything will be paperclips, because that's how you do it. That's how you say, it's like, make paperclips. It's like, oh, of course, I'll make paperclips.
I mean,
I'll make lots of paperclips.
That's one way of looking at that exercise.
But I think the point
That's
the point
pretty
of it
dark.
is that I think that's the point is that if you give something a mission to do a thing and the ability to know enough to do it, but not a way to limit itself to say when it's okay to do things and when it's not okay to do things, that will happen because it will just if it will look and seek for efficiency and output, and it will put that above everything else. So
Oh,
it's a really interesting thought experiment. I really like it.
sounds like
There's
alright.
actually a game. There's a web game like Cookie Clicker
Yeah.
called like paperclip.io, and you just like it's like burn down the humans and take their metal, go into space to mine, like all of those things. It's really good.
Just make paper clips out of skin, man.
Yeah, I mean that's that. It's if there's a way to make paper clips effectively in the manner with which you've told them to make paper clips, it's going to try and do that.
I mean, it's just an object. It depends on how well you describe paper clips. Anyway.
Well, that's there it is. The paperclip maximiser is the canonical thought experiment showing how an artificial intelligence, even one designed competently and without malice, could ultimately destroy humanity.
I mean,
The thought experiment shows that AIs with apparently innocuous values could pose an existential threat.
yeah. I mean, sure could. But if
It was go on, sorry.
I mean, you can see that for anything though.
Well, I think that's the point. Is that
Teach a dog
but we're self-limiting though, right?
to a degree. So they did. There was an experiment, I think, in the 60s or 70s, where some guy like basically made a rat utopia.
Yeah.
He started off with like 6 rats and gave them plenty of food and didn't have to do anything else. And he got like 100 odd or something at the maximum. And then the males started killing off the kids and having fights, and the women stopped having babies and stuff like that. And then they all kind of like just died out, basically. And yeah, the utopia things died out.
I've heard of that. This is the quote from the guy who I think who I think said it. Is it suppose we have an AI whose only goal is to make as many paper clips as possible. The AI will realize quickly that it would be much better if there were no humans, because humans might decide to switch it off. Because if humans do so, there would be fewer paper clips. Also, human bodies contain a lot of atoms that could be made into paper clips. The future that the AI would be trying to gear towards would be one in which there were a lot of paper clips but no humans.
Then
It's sort of it's a monkey paw situation type thing.
yeah,
You know, like I wish it was colder in here, and then it's the fucking ice age outside. Like unless you're very specific about your request and the limitations with which that request should take place in, it's dangerous.
yeah, yeah. You got to have a lot of stipulations. Oh, that's the thing. I suppose that's the thing about creating the thing. Who to say, right, that God didn't exist, and then he created us, and then we killed him.
Oh man, that's you're getting down the vein of the creepiest thing I've heard recently, which really genuinely chills me. Is somebody was like, I'm gonna get the direct quote. What's it called?
Come Bernald. I can't resist. It's ingrained.
That's gonna annoy me. Anyway, somebody said something like the idea was it's to do with Uncanny Valley. I'm gonna see if I can find it because it's gonna bug me otherwise. But I think I must have a picture of it here somewhere. No. Ugh. In fact, I know where it'll be.
Treasures
Okay.
on Twitter.
I sent this to my brother because it's like a deep and worrying question for you this morning. It's like, does the presence of Uncanny Valley imply that at some point there was an evolutionary reason to fear something that looked human but wasn't?
All right.
And I hate that idea.
Why? Why do you hate that?
That's terrifying as an idea.
Oh, you'd unconditionally hate something that looked human but wasn't.
No, oh no, like the concept of Uncanny Valley I get is like not human enough to be human is fine. Like it's close. It's like a simulacrum, but not quite there. But the idea that the reason for that was because at some point we've evolutionarily evolved to fear things that are not quite human for the reason that they are not quite human, even though they look human, is horrifying.
Well, isn't there a theory that there was different Homo sapiens type people?
Oh, I mean that's not theory. There's definitely like there's Denisovans and Neanderthal and Homo sapien, and there are lots of different ones, and that's that. But I think the idea of like, you know, like more creepy than that, because like that's, you know, hey, you're not from the same place as me, you're a little bit different, is not as scary as, oh, what the fuck are you?
So what you're saying is when we meet alien life, we're just going to do Avatar on it.
Yes. I know we're going on tangents here, but did you see the James Webb telescope, space telescope picture?
Which one? Of
The very, very first one.
Of the galaxy? Or the universe?
The galaxies.
Yeah.
Multiples.
Yeah.
Did you hear how much of the visible sky that picture is?
No.
So, well, first of all, the Hubble Deep Field image, which was the deepest image ever taken into space, took, I think, a month to take the image. The James Webb Telescope took a more effective image in 12 hours. So that's like the difference we're working with.
Yeah.
But somebody I think was referenced that the patch of sky that image refers to would be essentially you picking up a grain of sand between your fingers and holding it at arm's length.
Yeah.
The area of the sky that grain of sand covers is what's in that picture.
All right. Wow. That's minuscule.
Literally like nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And yet there's so much in it.
Yeah. That's because it's very far away.
But the idea that like that was only 12 hours. What if they left it on for longer? You would see further.
Yeah. Further back in time too.
Yes. Did we end up talking about the idea of dinosaurs before?
No, can't remember talking about dinosaurs.
Like somebody 65 million light years away, getting an image of Earth would be seeing dinosaurs.
Might have been mentioned somewhere. I don't think we talked about it here, but yeah, it's crazy.
That's the whole thing. It is nuts. I love that shit. It's so cool.
It's time travel in real life.
It's so good. Also, actually, I watched Lightyear.
All right. What's that?
The new Buzz Lightyear movie.
Oh, wow! Yeah,
it's really good.
It looked pretty good. Did it make you want to play Stray?
No, it made me want a robot cat though. But there's like there's a lot of fascinating stuff in that movie. But one of the things that's super interesting is that one of the biggest parts of the story is time dilation.
All right, yeah.
So he is doing a thing that is causing very little time for him to pass, but years to pass elsewhere, and the story progresses that way. It's really cool.
There was another movie that kind of did something like that. Or
Oh,
something.
Interstellar.
Was it Interstellar? I also thought it was something else. I mean, there's probably a lot of space things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Interstellar does, like, that's a key part of the story in that movie.
yeah. Was it Moon?
Oh, maybe.
But then Moon,
That's Sam Rockwell, right?
I think that might have been him. Yeah, there's set in a moon base. And
The moon base. Yeah.
the guy was going slowly insane.
Yes.
Uh, and
Solaris had stuff like that too.
yeah,
Anyway, I would recommend watching Lightyear.
yeah.
I was genuinely surprised by how good it was. Like, it was really, really excellent in a way that I had never expected it to be.
I might watch Lightyear. It depends if I'll come to anything that I'm going to pay money for or watch it.
It'll be on Disney Plus soon. You can probably get a free month to catch up with some stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. See if Disney does 3 months.
Watch some Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites. No, I'll probably watch.
I think it's pretty funny.
What was the one I was watching? The Owl House.
Oh, Owl House. That's a good show.
Yeah, I think they've done 2 seasons of it now.
I think it's just finishing up on a third.
Oh, maybe it's finished up on the second.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, maybe the second season was delayed. Oh no. I think. I feel like there's a third season, but it's going to be a lot shorter.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
I'm not sure. I think things are. Oh, and I was
Maybe
watching.
it just got cancelled outright.
Probably. Disney does that. I saw Netflix has purchased Animal House. What's it called? I don't know. Partly did the Cartoon Network city scenes. And Netflix has purchased that for the animation studio.
Let's see. News. No, I think I saw that as well.
Yeah.
Animal Logic.
Animal Logic, that was it, yeah. They purchased the studio that made that, and they did like Lego movies and Cold Feet and Little Women, apparently.
Happy Feet.
Happy Feet. Not Cold Feet, that's
Yeah.
a British rom-com drama.
I don't know.
My folks used to watch that. Had the Irish guy.
Oh, Cold Feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Nesbitt. Not James Nesbitt. Is James Nesbitt?
Might have been James Nesbitt.
Anyway, I've taken us far enough off course here.
Yes. So
he's going around, as you said, he goes to the lab. Carissa's really dismissive of the lab, says it's a bit of a shithole.
But then states that, you know what, I wouldn't mind working here. It's kind of den that I would love to have been involved in. And then Mayuri appears, goes, doo-doo-doo, you got here earlier. And
yes. Oh, that's because she phoned him asking him for some help moving material for costumes. That's what it was.
Yeah. And he basically hangs up on Chris. And she, I didn't realize you were listening to music. Oh no, it's a phone call. Yeah. Anyway,
that's right.
So
he then helps her with the materials, which there are a lot of, it turns out.
Oh yeah, there's a good 2 bags full of stuff.
And then I think there's another scene where he is again walking around with. Is he not
Yeah, but I think
talking to Kurusu again?
yeah, but for that, I think they have a scene with the Mayo and
Leskinen.
Leskinen, talking about, oh, it's Christmas Eve coming up, and we should do something. And if you don't have a date on Christmas Eve, you're some weird cat lady. Was it his reference to it?
Yeah, and Maho quite rightly is like, why is everyone trying to give me relationship advice all the time?
Very
In
much.
fact, we missed that bit where Chris is like, Mayo, you should be a lot nicer to him because this could be the last chance you could have to find love, and she's like, meh, dismiss conversation.
Oh yeah, in our room. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
but yeah, that's right, and I think he has more conversations with Kurusu walking about because he ends up almost being late, or being late actually,
oh yes,
to talk to Leskinen and Mayo.
yeah. So he's wandering around, just throwing things. You can even actually see where he grew up. Seen the grocery shop.
That's right.
Uh,
Oh
and
yeah, no, this is the bit where Kurusu destroys him.
pretty much, yeah. She's like basically going. So why did you call me Christina? I was like,
Yeah.
can't you just forget about it? No, it's impossible for me to forget. But they did it in that program. She didn't remember anything. So, oh, that's programming.
Yep.
I remember everything. And then yeah, he's basically on his hands and knees with the phone in the ground as she's like berated him.
Yep. It's
And
like, oh yeah, you did shit at the group dating, and yep, and you ruined Truth or Dare for everyone by leaving.
yeah, and all this is recorded, and I will be reporting it back to my masters.
Oh, Okabe.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ruined.
ruined. Um, oh, and there was a bit of a conversation about how Mio was like, not too sure about Okabe doing this because oh, don't worry about security implications because it's all memory. It's pretty secure. And she's like, it's not that.
Yeah.
I was worried about Okabe
Yep.
because she's getting all.
As I think she should be, because it's quite clear that he's already not treating it like an AI.
Yeah, yeah. As it becomes
Um,
clear to the end of the episode. So yeah, and then they see him in this alleyway. I think it's
mhm.
the same alleyway that he has all his weird conversations with in last season.
As he has his breakdowns in.
Yeah, and other people have their breakdowns. Anyway, so they meet him there and go, "Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry I was late." I was like, "Don't worry about it."
No, I was here. I just I was there on time, but then I was over here.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they have a conversation in this cafe, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
cool, cool. Oh, it's Christmas Eve. We should do something. Oh, well, I've been invited to this party. Come along.
Yep. And of course, Leskinen's like, yeah.
Party!
He's up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Did you say party? Holding his hand.
oh. So yeah, then we kick it into gear with the. Do we not? I think we bump into. Oh, we missed the bit where they bump into Mr. Braun and what's her name?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's just before they go into the lab. And
Yeah, and it was just that is like, oh, you're doing so well for yourself. You're an actual human being now.
yeah,
Keep up the good work.
you're not a weirdo in this lab anymore.
Yeah.
Keep doing that,
Oh
kid.
man.
And then
But yeah,
he basically tells Chris to shut up at that point, and then Mai, is it the daughter,
I think so. Yeah.
gives him a weird look. as she should do.
Yep.
Uh,
Yes.
and then you got Daru going up to the roof of the radio station to talk to Suzuha
Yes.
about stuff, and then they cut to the part
about coming to not a party, but coming to the
the
lab.
Yeah. And then they cut to the party in the lab as he's introducing Mayu, Mio, and Mai together, and they're all there. Oh, and then what's his name being a dirty old lech, and all the girls dress up in Santa costumes, including Mayuri, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, but the bet is like there's so many lovely young women here, and look at that that Santa in black. It's like that's a dude, and there's just there's no real reaction to that from what I can see.
I think he,
which like fair play. Like
I think that's mainly because he didn't say it loud enough.
Yeah, probably not.
Or also the fact that I don't think he cared that much. Basically goes, "Oh wow, what grade are you from?" And she's like to Mio, and she's like, "I'm actually an adult," and she just gives her a confused look.
So good, so good.
And
then of course Suzuha arrives.
Oh,
in style.
Yeah, they basically say, "Oh, by the way, Daru's off to trick Suzuha to come to the lab," and Okabe is like, "Trick? Why?"
Trick. Oh no!
It's the only way she would come. And they have the chicken. She's got some chicken dippers, big family pack.
Oh, she sings the chicken song.
Does she sing the chicken song?
She sings a chicken song.
Does she?
She sings a song about the chicken. Or like a jingle.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Oh shit, I can't remember. There is a bit where she sings a song about the chicken. About chicken.
Again, chicken dippers in the microwave. I like chicken dippers hot.
It's something like that, but not that specifically.
No.
Because that I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that interaction, yeah, of the originals, the original chicky dips.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, she buys those because I don't know, Christmas special. We'll get a family pack with chicken.
Well, that's the big thing in Japan.
Apparently,
is KFC on Christmas.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing.
Yep, all driven out of marketing, by the way. Apparently.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they don't have a concept of Christmas really over there.
Well, that was the thing is apparently they were told that that's what everyone in the West did.
Yeah, sure.
And then yeah, it turns out that's not true, but now that's your thing. So
yeah, happy holidays.
Yeah, it's weird.
Happy Hanukkah. Anyway, wait, is chicken kosher? KFC.
Yeah, it must be.
Is KFC kosher?
Yeah, chicken must be kosher. I don't know. Let's ask Google. Is KFC kosher? KFC recipe is not kosher. Wait. KFC relaunching in Israel, but it won't be kosher this time. Okay, that's interesting.
Wait, what?
Why is KFC not kosher? Previous attempts by KFC to enter the Israeli market failed as the company could not find a successful recipe to make kosher their world-famous fried chicken, since KFC's recipe everywhere else mixes meat and milk, which is forbidden by Jewish religious law. There you go.
Meat and milk.
Meat and milk.
We can't have meat and milk together.
Nope. Not if it wants to be kosher.
Can you have? I mean, is it just one of the ingredients that's not kosher?
No, it's the idea of mixing the two things together. That's what makes it not kosher.
Well, I don't think I would ever fit into that religion. I keep mixing things that people say are discussion, like Weetabix and Crunchy Nut cornflakes together.
It's fine.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
I mean, they're both cereals.
Yeah. It's porridge and Cocoa Pops. Cornflakes and choco cells.
Are all of your excuse me, all of your food experiments all cereal related, or
Cheese and jam sandwiches.
no? Okay, no, we're done here.
What's wrong with cheese and jam sandwiches?
No, I can't. Okay, what about cheese and banana toasties?
Ah. I don't see that going, but I'll try it. I'll never say
That
no.
was my brother's go-to when he was a kid.
Does he still eat it right now?
No, he hasn't had it in like 25 years, but
He's a changed man.
yeah, probably for the better, to be fair.
Cheese and banana toasties.
Cheese and banana toasties. I do need to buy a new toasty machine. I keep saying I'm gonna, and then I don't. I need to buy one.
I like the worst possible combinations of cheese toasty is
Okay.
cheese and marmalade without the bits.
That is terrible, what you've just said.
It scalds you in so many ways. You got
well,
you
it
got
would
the
do.
cheese, then you got like the sugary goodness of marmalade.
I was going to say, you've got the cheese, which is already sort of like boiling and difficult, and then you've got the boiling sugar.
Yeah. Oh,
So, yeah, I'm just trying to return this marmalade to its constituent state.
you know the or the jam toasty. That's also another dangerous move.
Very, very. So, back to the party.
Yeah, let's go.
Finally, Suzuha arrives under surprise conditions, and bam! Surprise!
Yeah.
It's a Christmas party.
Yeah. Also, they launched like party poppers.
Party poppers, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, where'd she go? And actually, she is fully on top of Yuki, ready to strike in the middle of the lab.
Yeah, with her palm out. Proper palm
Yep.
strike. Well, oh Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should maybe lay out the walking up the stairs where she kind of like see her noticing all these things, like, oh, the lights are out in the lab. That's a bit weird. And
Oh, yeah.
and Dario going, we are here now. This is nothing unusual.
Yeah. Doing it really well, of course.
Yeah.
I just like per Yuki's like, oh, hi. It's just a party for you. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, and Suza's trying to keep it straight with sorry, Yuki.
Yep.
Yeah.
My brother,
Yes, my fat brother.
my brother, yeah, she just kind of passes it off, and she's like, I really am not in a place to feel cheered up or happy right now. So, but I'm okay with you all having a party, but I think I maybe better go.
Yeah.
And then Okabe's like, no, you should stay.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Which she seems a little bit angry at, but I actually think the anger is probably like maybe a little bit of like, I kind of want to try and relax, and I'm angry that it's you that's the person who's trying to convince me to do so now.
Possibly. Yeah. Yeah, that's how that goes. And then you got like the photos shoot session.
Oh god! Oh no! With poor little Mai and Mayo and Ruka all, and it's Leskinen going like, "Oh, come on, get closer!" Yeah,
And Mayo goes.
awful.
Mayo goes. This is actionable, and then Mai goes, "What's
Yeah.
actionable?" And she's like, "Oh, no, I don't want to explain it."
It's so bad. And then yeah, like Daru's like, oh, it's so adorable. Life is so complete right now. You're like, oh no,
No, don't need two of them.
stop being weird, folks.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it's weird, but that's over with relatively soon. You have of course, you have Ferris doing a good singing session as well.
Oh,
Um,
oh, is it? What's his name? Interaction with Ferris is like, oh wow, it's a maid. It's a
Leskin.
maid. Maid.
Thank you, cat
Maid.
maid woman.
And she goes meow. Cat maid woman. Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Yeah, that's all she says.
Yeah. Like I listened to that and immediately was taken back to Ghost Stories dubbing.
Yeah.
Like, because I know it's in character, but it's the kind of thing they would have done.
Yeah. That would be that dubbing.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Uh,
So funny.
yeah. Anyway, Okabe makes his way up to the roof and is talking
Yep.
to Kurisu on his app.
Yep. And he's happy talking to Kurusu.
Yeah, yeah, he's happy. He's actually getting into it. And then basically he lets on why he called her Christina. Because
Yep.
Chris was like, I know exactly what would happen if you called me Christina. I would have told you that's not my name, chump. Which,
Yep. And that hits home pretty well.
yeah,
Uh
yeah.
I think it's because Mayuri's overhearing this, right? Not yet.
To a degree. Someone goes, oh, where's Okabe? Oh, I think he went to the roof. I'll go and get him, says Mayuri.
That's right.
And she walks up, and then she basically says, so, yeah, so the reason I called you Christina is because I was too embarrassed that I couldn't pronounce your name.
Yeah.
And then Mayuri runs away. Away from that, and Mayo then comes out and walks up the stairs and goes, aha! And then basically rips the phone out of his hand and goes, right, I told you, you can't be getting into this too much. She's not real.
I don't mean to go all like equilibrium on you, but we don't feel things here.
Yeah.
Like, no emotion.
Yeah, you can't,
Do the job.
you can't be doing that because she's not real. She's an AI construct, and he basically looks and breaks, and then remembers his time travel experience from Steins Gate.
Yep.
And then
We see Mr. Braun with a gun to his head. A flashback of that.
yeah, and then he just kind of, oh, does he collapse to his knees and just does the bird blood curdling scream?
Yep, he screams really loudly and then takes a breath and then continues to scream really loudly. And then the episode ends.
Oh, it's like those comedy moments when you're doing an infinite fall and you're just going
Yeah.
and then like you breathe for like a minute and then go ah.
And then eventually
Yeah, I think that's pretty much Bill and Ted Bogus Journey.
oh god, I love that movie.
It's a good movie, wasn't it?
I like all the Bill and Ted movies. I think the new one was actually really clever and funny.
Watch the new one.
It's pretty funny. Like, they do a very good job of just kind of making it a thing that's good.
You know, I'll watch it one day. It's only like
It's worth it.
30 years overdue.
Well, the movie,
Yeah.
but at least you'll only be like a couple of years behind.
Yeah, it's all about time travel anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Anyway,
There's no real time to watch it.
yeah.
But that's the end of that episode.
End of that chapter.
How are you feeling about that?
Oh, building up to some tension. Love triangles forming. I think my was playing off the sibling thing.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It's weird. It's weird, and I don't like it.
I get it, and
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
A lot of animes where it's the
Oh
best
yeah.
best friend that always kind of gets together with the main character eventually.
This is not new territory, but I think it's I don't know, there's something about the relationship that doesn't fit the mold quite as much for me.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe it's her. I'm not sure.
there was a flash forward bit from Suza where she's talking to a child with red hair in the future with a green Oompa.
Telling her we need to find the Upa.
Yeah, we're going to hide this Oompa.
Where was that?
That was like at the
When did that
start
happen?
or the last episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. I don't really... yeah, that's the thing we should mention, but I am not aware of its importance just yet. But I think that's okay.
I think it's also her reminiscing about her past in the future. Past self.
Yes. Her past in the future with her past self.
Yeah.
Shit.
Or something. I don't know. It gets weird when you start talking about past things in the future of time. Anyway,
Yep.
English language is not does not cope well with that concept. Yeah,
It does not.
yeah. So my rating, I think I'm gonna stick it to an 8. It's getting interesting. He certainly basically remembers that she's now actually dead again.
Yeah.
And I'm worrying what crazy shit's going to come next, because it's going to be something insane.
It has to be.
Well,
I mean, I would agree. I think it's an 8. I think it's got a good trajectory this season so far. So,
we're only going to be disappointed.
I hope not. But I have. It's interesting that if you do a Google search for Steins Gate Zero, there are a lot of questions of is Steins Gate Zero better than Steins Gate, which I think is kind of interesting.
Oh, well, is that referring to the game or the anime?
I'd take either.
I mean, it's all subjective, isn't it? Subjective
Oh yeah.
of your perspective.
Yes. Yes, subjective.
Yeah,
I now have all of the Steins Gate games.
you do. We should
Yep.
play them at some point.
Yep. I have Steins Gate Zero on PS4, and I have Steins Gate and the Steins Gate dating game and Steins Gate 8-bit on Switch.
8-bit.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I think it must have got downloaded as part of the package I downloaded.
All right, an 8-bit
But I have it.
Steins Gate.
Yeah, weird.
All right.
But yeah, we've done it. End of another episode for us, and we'll be back next week with episodes 4 and 5. So I suppose that leaves us to say that Who's That Anime is an anime podcast and can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our base is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime, and as I said, can be found at Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Audible, Stitcher, Amazon, all those places, anywhere where an RSS feed can be used. We don't make any money off of this. We don't do advertising. We just like to talk about anime. So if you like what we do, leaving a review would be awesome. 5 stars is fantastic. Anything less with some constructive criticism, also totally valuable and acceptable. And again, if you like what we do, telling a friend would be super, super awesome. We have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Who's That Anime. We post the latest episodes in there and the occasional anime meme, and of course the latest video episodes as well, which leads us on to our YouTube channel, where Colin has been diligently putting up the video versions of our podcasts, with the latest one now being Azumanga Daioh, the short movie.
Very short movie, yes. But the episode's not very short.
No, it's not, somehow. For a 5-minute movie, we should have managed to talk a lot, but
we-
I guess that's not unexpected these days.
Multiplied it by the factor of 8.
Good lord.
5 minutes.
I mean,
to
be fair, we have turned 44 minutes of anime into an hour and a half of podcasts, so there you go.
We did diverge into
Everything.
some
Literally everything.
physiological. psychological concepts of rats and utopia, and how utopia is a lie, and AI shouldn't build AI because it's just going to kill us just to make paperclips.
Some space. We talked about space for a bit.
Well, yeah, space we're minuscule in comparison to the entire universe, and it's all life is meaningless, and we're all going to die. It's happy concepts.
It's all pretty good.
It's happy concepts.
Happy concepts.
I mean,
if you'd like to continue to talk to us about those happy concepts, we also have a Discord channel. You can find that in the show notes. I'll keep a link there. Colin and I also like to play games online sometimes, as we also discussed a little bit about playing some Steins Gate. I think we'll probably try to do that at some point. But if you would like to watch Colin play games, that's twitch.tv/couchfuel, with an archive of those at youtube.com. And for myself, if you want to see there, it's twitch.tv/hailpayman. And again, there's an archive of that on youtube.com. I'll leave all the links to that in the show notes.
yeah.
And that, I believe, is that.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't really streamed anything in many months now.
It's been a while for me too.
Almost a year.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, I never even finished.
Did you get something sorted out for Halloween, Colin?
Yeah, got to do the Halloween special. What
has to be done?
What are you thinking?
Oh,
I've got a game that you haven't played yet. I think.
Okay.
I wish it's a horror-based game. What's it called? Yutrowaro? Yaru? I don't know. It's a kind of Japanese name that I can't pronounce.
Alright. I'm up for most things, so that sounds alright.
Yeah, it's like a 2D isometric thing.
Okay.
Would be the best way to describe it, yeah. It was
Cool.
fun. I played it.
Well, we could maybe try that. But as I said, we will be back next week, now back into the swing of things, with episodes 4 and 5 of Steins Gate 0.
That's right.
So we will see you then.
Yeah. See you on the flip side. Same anime place, same anime time, on the anime world of happiness.
Paperclips.
Paperclips. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.